Welcome everyone. I am Barbara Kelly, Director of the Institute. Joining me today are the Institute co-chairs, David Cohen, David Fortney, and Mickey Silberman. They are here to provide an update to our members on what has been happening since President Biden was sworn into office, what they know about the new OFCCP and other agencies, and then some future predictions. And much more to come. If you are watching this video and you are not an Institute member, I encourage you to reach out to me immediately so that you too can stay informed on current and future compliance and regulatory activity that impact your organizations. All right, so with that, David Fortney, I'm going to turn it over to you to kick things off and tell us what has been happening this week under the new Biden administration. David?
Wow, that's a tall order. First, it's great to see everyone again, and obviously so much. I mean, pivoting immediately from what I think everyone saw and enjoyed as one of the most memorable inaugurations that we've all experienced. The President Biden, of course, wasted no time jumping into it, literally signing executive orders on his first half day in office, and that has continued apace. Those orders have, of course, directly impacted the federal contractor community almost immediately, within less than 24 hours after President Biden took over. So we've really felt the impact at a very high level. And then Mickey and David, turn to you to talk about that in a little more detail. But we have the executive orders that have impacted and changed with respect to immigration, both in terms of who is restricted from coming in the country, what has happened to the families that were separated at the border, turned specifically to several executive orders dealing with EEO issues. So this is the clear example of not only talking the talk, but demonstrating a walk the walk. And we'll walk through the highlights on a couple of those. We have immediate staffing changes in ways not only at the Labor Department, some issues, but also in some of the other agencies that you may not think about as much, including one I just want to highlight for a moment. In the White House, the Office of Management and Budget, there's a little office called Regulatory Affairs, the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, or OIRA. That's where all regulations go through. There's a very experienced operative who now will be running that and leading the effort to promote expedited rulemaking and changes to many of the Trump regulations. So with that, let me just let's talk a little more about kind of how both DOL, EEOC, and the other agencies are impacted. Cohen, do you want to go?
Yeah, hey, Fortney, before you move off of that, I mean, I think, right, let's not, the importance of some of the executive orders on day one, I think to your point, specifically address LGBTQ issues, racial equality issues, rescinding 13.950, but more importantly, one of the executive orders, it's for the federal agencies. Within 200 days, they have to put forward a plan to conduct barrier analyses on their agency. So I think that's giving us some insight on what may be coming for contractors and others with this laser focus on racial inequality, pay equity, and things like that. So, yeah, Mick, I'll pass it to you to tell me about what OFCCP.
Well, and to pick up on both of the Davids on this, one thing that's been extraordinary and it's been evident immediately is this is not the first time at the rodeo for this team, right? Biden was vice president. He's worked in senior levels in the executive branch, as has this team. And one of the immediate effects of that is they are pivoting. There's no time to waste from their perspective. And so we now have a new